nice to show you after all this time. I'm sorry to keep it a secret from you for so long, but it's not just you that I'm keeping it a secret from. It's sort of like everybody who knows me. I don't even know how I got started. When I was 6 years old, I went into the hospital for like 6 months, and the doctors told me that I had a seizure in surgery, and I wouldn't be able to walk, that I was paralyzed permanently. And
just real quick, I thought the motorcycle accident was, that whole family said it was a motorcycle accident. Gypsy was in the motorcycle accident with her grandfather. The entire family put this in Mommy, Dad, and Dearest. Pushed this to mainstream media. Remember? Oh, just me. I guess I just thought I saw that. Was this like one of those, what's that called? The, oh my gosh, now I can't even think of that effect where, like you see, let me think of something. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, like, I don't know. You remember seeing, okay, for instance, Britney Spears singing Hit Me Baby One More Time, and she has the headphones on her head with the mic in her video. No, it's not. What is that called? I'm not going to take the time to look it up because I don't have much time. And let me tell you, the technical difficult, I couldn't make videos. The last video I did took me all night. I cried for like 3 hours because I'd made that video and couldn't get it to upload. I had to fix my computer. So, anywho, that effect. But no, it wasn't the motorcycle. Okay, enough rambling. Had to start off with a good ramble,
that part, like the part that I had a seizure, was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed. But what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as she does if I couldn't walk. I just...
Let me remind you, this is a 21 to 23-year-old girl making these videos. Let me tell this to the entire internet defending her, that the supporters that do. This poor child. She is 21 to 23 in these videos. She's not a child. And you know what? Let's just take a quick look-see at what, allegedly, if she was a psychopath, allegedly for educational entertainment purposes only, what a childhood for a psychopath would look like. What are some of the traits, etc.? I mean, we're just doing it for fun, but let's just look. Okay, thanks to these amazing snarkers by KFC89. I love KFC. Man, I should have put my KFC shirt on. I love KFC. I want some KFC. Anywho, no KFC for me today. But psychopathic traits, often called callous, unemotional traits, can appear very early, with some signs seen as young as 2 or 3 years old. While more defined behaviors like aggression, cruelty to animals often emerge before the age of 10. Now, we've heard some animal stories from Gypsy Hoo-Ha. We've heard those. Can I prove these? No, they're just hearsay. Make what you will of that. But we have confirmed people who have been at the little beauty pageants like Tots and Tiaras type things that Dee Dee took her to. where she threw her temper tantrums, where she pulled a little girl's hair off because she wanted it and didn't win. When she was at cheerleading, we seen her sit on the floor and look at everybody like, I'm too good for this. Like she was upset about something, so she just flopped her butt in the floor and just looked at everybody in disgust. Kind of like how she does now. Okay, enough. I'm going. Leading to diagnoses like conduct disorder in youth. Now, we did just see in her medical records, remember me pointing that out? It was, I have to go back and look at that diagnosis, but pretty much it was antisocial personality disorder for a child. And it said she had good control of it. Okay. Wow. Though a formal psychopathy diagnosis associated personality disorder isn't given until the age of 18. See, and that's why they put that other diagnosis. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go look it up. It's a few videos back, you guys. It's in the medical records. I will find it and pop up the little, I'll pop up the abbreviation for it because it is broken down into, anywho, you'll remember what I'm talking about. Okay, until the age of 18. These early indicators include a lack of empathy. Well, we see that today. That's, I mean, she has zero empathy for anybody. This is what is infuriating to me is that she's going to have actual survivors and victims on her podcast. I have a friend who's starting a YouTube channel and she wants to talk to me about my story. And I'm nervous. I mean, her channel has, she's just starting to say there's nobody even, probably going to see much of it. I'm nervous. I want to help her and I want to talk and I want to help other people who've been through trauma and have been through those things. But let me tell you, it's so hard because I'll read your guys' comments and I get so overwhelmed. I'm not in a bad way. Just, I wish I could take that away. I wish they didn't have to experience that. I wish they never felt that. I wish I could erase their memory. You know what I mean? You don't see that with her. I couldn't imagine doing a podcast and an interview with her and her just, right, right, That'd be about how it would be, right? Anyhow, I'm just saying, I just can't imagine. This is infuriating. She's going to have survivors and victims on her podcast, you guys. This is her last stitch effort to, well, probably not, but it's, in our opinion, it is. She's trying to reinvent herself once again as this victim survivor, amazing, rising phoenix who has overcome so much, and we need to show her grace. Nobody showed me grace. Nobody. I'll be honest with you. I struggled with my trauma. My mom showed me grace. But let me tell you, until federal agents came to my parents' house to meet with my family, put a confession right in front of them, etc., because, a long story short, it was not the best situation at that time. And then I hadn't really spoke about what happened to anybody either because my ex had said, I just ran off with this dude, and he was my boyfriend. That's what he said. It's a long story. Let me tell you, the perfect recipe for the perfect storm for the perfect disaster is what happened for me. And no, I still take responsibility. I should have known better. But I was desperate for a home. And why would my friends send me to somebody that would do that, right? I didn't know she liked my husband, was talking to him and sleeping with him. I mean, I didn't know. We were separated, but but she was already talking to him before that. Anywho, I didn't know they'd had an affair at one point, but that's besides the point. I didn't know. It's still my fault, though. Anywho, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay, let's. Early indicators include lack of empathy, inability to share, frequent lying, indifference to punishment. I don't identify as a murderer. I don't think it's fair that I got 10 years and have to serve 8 of those. I don't think it's fair I got that much time. Does this kind of line up with you guys? Because it sure is lining up with me. And cruelty. Early childhood signs, like toddler preschoolish age. Maybe this is why Dee Dee didn't let her go past the 2nd grade and homeschooled her. Unusual lack of guilt or remorse. Right? Yeah, yeah. Indifference to others' feelings or pain. She didn't care about her mother being, well, this is a child though, so yeah. Difficulty sharing toys. We already know all about that. Extreme tantrums, and we know about that. And aggression. And biting or laughing at pain caused to others, even as infants. Okay, school age signs before 10 to 15. Frequent biting, bullying, or cruelty to animals. Again, we've seen that. Chronic manipulative lying. Disregard for rules and authority. Who is the thief? Who follows rules? Definitely not her. Lack of response to punishment. Superficial charm or deceitfulness. That right there. Superficial charm or deceitfulness. Keep making content. Oh, you guys. I wanted to show you that really quick and show you a couple things. I mean, I know we've all seen these videos. Into the Weeds says, thank you again, Into the Weeds. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's putting them out. I'm trying not to just keep re-showing you guys the same old. But I do want to show you, in my opinion, where these all line up with Gypsy, right? At 6 years old, she's lying to her mother about being able to feel her legs and walk because she didn't want to lose that attention. I want to clarify really quick. I do not think Dee Dee was perfect and that she was all innocent. I do not. I think Dee Dee had a, fear of being poverty stricken again, homeless again. I do. Did she scam? Absolutely. We know many people who scam. I know lots of people who scam. Lots. I'll just keep it at that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Did they hurt the community? Did Dee Dee do that? Yes. Yes. We can say Rod paid child support. He did, but he also got behind on that child support and didn't pay her. Many times there was an issue with him paying child support. Did she lie about him and their past? Probably. To make her story sound better. I think so. Do I think Dee Dee thought Gypsy was very sick as a child and wasn't going to have a long life? I do. Absolutely. So I do think there are things that led up to Dee Dee's, her illnesses. When she had the accident and she had, a concussion and stuff with that. Could it have affected it more? I don't know. Do I think Dee Dee thought she was going to be left alone? I do. I really do. And do I think she feared being homeless? Look at her medicine closet. She stockpiled it, Again, I do think Dee Dee thought Gypsy wouldn't make it to be an adult, but I do think that she indulged and over exaggerated some of the things as she got older, especially after knowing that she had the microdeletion. But let's not forget, in the medical records, and I made this video already, where Dee Dee didn't want to do any further testing on Gypsy after they found out in 2011 that Gypsy had the 1q21.1 microdeletion. She was content and okay with where Gypsy was and was just happy that Gypsy was healthy. If she had factitious or MVP, factitious disorder or MVP, do you really think she would say that and not continue to try and create? She would continue to create fake illnesses, etc., right? I'm telling you, people that do not look at the other side of things, research this case on your own. Not everything is what it seems. We're just ignore the man behind the curtain, everybody, like in The Wizard of Oz. Let me show you something else really fast. So we just, saw the whole, childhood anti-personality disorder, symptoms, psychopathy, traits, all that, right? Manipulating, that's the biggest thing. What we just read off, for the 10 to 15 above, because again, she's not even a teen here. She's from anywhere from 21. Oh no, she's 22 there. Sorry. She is 22 years old there, guys. 22. Sorry, my throat. I'm getting sick again. My mom was sick. Matt was sick, and now I'm getting sick, man. This sucks. I hate it. But listen to her, and this is a pattern in all her videos. So explain to us, Bree, Sheena, all of you. She couldn't walk, etc., etc. He was forcing her to do all this, and he pretty much ABUSED'd her the entire time they were together for those 2 years. He forced her to do all this. This is what your all's story, and Ryan says it, Ken says it, Christy and Rod, they go along with this, and Mike Scamfield and all them, they go along with it. Why is she constantly apologizing and begging him? I want to show you. Okay, this video I could make some. I gotta break it down because my videos are so long. But listen,
a reply message to one that I sent like 6 months ago, and he finally responded, and I wrote back and simply explaining that the whole situation had passed and I had moved on. Everything. That's my cat. Everything was fine, and we got past it and everything. And then Jackie came on and she said that she talked to you and that you said that she wanted to be my friend on Facebook, and she said that you said that it would be alright as long as she didn't cause any trouble between us. And so that's why I accepted her friend request. And I wanted to talk it over with you. I really, really did. But I do know you weren't online, and I know why. I completely understand. But please understand me when I say I am so sorry. I didn't mean to go against your wishes. She said that you would be okay with it. And she said that you said that you were okay with it. And I went on her word.
I just want to remind you, remember she changed their password without even asking him, their shared account. She did that too. She was hiding something and covering something. I'm pretty sure Jackie is his ex, and he's told her not to talk to her, etc. Yeah.
And I thought, I don't know what I thought. I'm sorry. Please, it kills me to see you mad. I've been crying all day long. I've been going out of my freaking mind. And I'm just sorry. I didn't think. And you have to understand that I have the mind of a 13-year-old. I'm bound to make mistakes.
Why does she keep saying that? That's why people believe her. I have the mind of a 13-year-old. She knows she doesn't. She sat and made a full-on video crying that she wasn't good enough for him because she couldn't do a dance at their wedding. Like, he deserves so much better. How do you explain that, Bree? I'm just curious because you're doing all the talking for her, while she by proxy sits there and types out what to tell you to say.
But please, you know I would never want to do anything wrong. You know I hate to disappoint you, and
as a mom of 2 boys, having health insurance
things were going so good. But I was happy. I was happy. And I'm sorry.
She's looking at herself crying to see if it looks real. Again, why did I just read you?
I promise to don't give up on me. Please, my love, I promise that I'll get better at this, and I'll be honest, and I'll talk things over with you. I'll listen. Just please, don't leave me. Please. I'm gonna get it right. I know that we have fights sometimes. I know it's not perfect. But I'll try to be. I'll listen and I'll obey and I'll just start paying more attention. Please don't leave me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do anything you want, anything at all.
Except talking to the 4 other dudes that I tell the same thing to. I love them. They're my hero. They just won't KILL mama. But I'll let you finish this, but ugh.
I'd be anything, do anything for you. You know that. You know how much I love and adore you. And the reason why I'm so insecure sometimes is because I don't want to lose you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I don't want to lose you. Just please forgive me. Let's make things right. And we can go back to being happy. I swear. I won't fuck up anymore. I promise. I'll be good. I'll be good to you.
Gee, doesn't that sound like what she says in her book about talking to her mom? I'll be a good girl. And Dr. Phil, etc. Doesn't that sound like what she said? It does to me. Oh, let me show you one more thing. It's insanity.
Feelings of me feeling not worthy. You treat me wonderful. And you I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. And I don't have to tell you that it's me. Something's wrong with me. I think just something's broken inside of me. And
Yeah, there is something broken inside of you. Probably a self-reflection moment that she probably instantly regretted. You know?
I don't know how to unbreak it. I think it's just, there's so many things I think about. I'm thinking about you and me, and I am so, I am so in love with this man. In the 5 years that we were separated,
Dude, these videos that she's doing on here like this are just what she doing. I'm so sorry. She's reliving her fantasies out here on TikTok. She is.
I'm sorry that you fell in love with a piece of shit like me. I always said Ken was my love, is my love. But you were my comfort. You were my safe place because I knew that you never would hurt me. And there are things like I think about, like, okay, at our wedding, I won't be able to dance with you. I can't walk, so how am I gonna dance? And if you were with another woman, you could. You could have that. Not with me. And it breaks my heart that I'm broken and that I can't walk and that I'm sick and I'll have all these medical problems, and I wish that I didn't have them because it would make life a lot easier.
But Gypsy Rose, you said your mama lied about those medical conditions. Your mama's not right here with you. She's not there holding up, telling you to tell Nick this. You said you were healthy, Gypsy. Why are you lying to him? Oh, that's right. You had a freak out. Something happened, you know. You had plenty of those. You were always apologizing and always asking for forgiveness and for him to please don't leave. Always. What is this? I mean, I know you hadn't told him yet that you could walk, but you knew it. 22 years old. You were doing this to a kid who had the mind of a 10 to 11-year-old. You knew this, Gypsy. You lied and said he messaged you first on Christian dating free for free. You said he messaged you. Well, we showed that's a lie. Do you not lie about anything? You're manipulating him, making him feel bad for you, and gaslighting the crap out of him for something you did. We just don't know what it is. Or, I can see mascara ball. Or, Jan's back in the picture for a minute. Or, I don't know. She says in her own words, when she's talking to Melissa Moore about the book, you know, she didn't love Nick. She was talking to 4 or 5 other men at the same time and telling them all the exact same thing. She was obsessed with them. She loved them. They were the love of her life. They were going to get married. And you know what? If Dee Dee did tell her, I don't think you can handle a relationship, I would not disagree. She obviously can't. It's an instant obsession with her. But then it's not real. in her mind, she uses all these for what? Sex. That's all it is, sex. She wanted a baby. You got your baby. Let me show you one more thing.
Hello, Master. It is your slave, Demona. I am making you this video because I have done something really bad. I have disappointed you, and I have shamed myself. All I ever wanted to be was a good slave to you, was a good soulmate to you. I want you to know that I'm very, very sorry about disappointing you. That was never my intention. My only intention was to not make you disappointed. I made that silly profile just so I could have fun on it, but Gypsy was always on hers, and that left me no time to be on mine. And I was afraid that I wouldn't get the chance to message you or answer your messages and post and poke you and things like this. And I know you said that it was very important for me to keep up with that. And I was afraid.
And let me get you to the more important part. 1 second.
And and things got better after I said that. And I was just trying to let you know that she, as much as I wanted her to maybe help us out with things like a living situation in the future, I don't think she will. And that was kind of depressing for me, because realizing that we have to do all this on our own, and you and I both don't make much money, and like the money that I'm getting right now for us for your trip, that is based on allowance. That is based on, checking under the couch for change.
No, Gypsy. No, it's not. That's you stealing from your mama. You sent him over $400 to see you on the first time, and then $800, $1,000 to get him there to take her out. Just saying. I can't find the part, and because there's so many videos, but she also tells Nick that she was ready to take her life. Remember how she told us that she went to Texas with Ken, and she's like sitting there and she's down on her knees taking hit after hit after hit. And that, she was ready to take her life too. And she's all better now, though. It was all good. It's crazy because she says the same thing to Nick. And she said she had a bottle of pills in one hand and a knife in the other. A kitchen knife. And, just whichever would do the better job, she thought. I think because he broke up with her. Again, she's always apologizing. She's always disappointing him. He's always breaking up with her. And then she says this: Mama is not going to take care of us. Mama ain't going to let us live and have a baby. You can't work. I can't work. I won't work. Mama never held me accountable till now. She said I could date. But she's not going to sit and just, take care of 2 adults and have a baby and raise that baby. I don't blame Dee Dee. I believe Gypsy with that. I do. Some of it, I don't believe word for word. She's got a little bit of truth, like Nick said. She puts a little dollop of truth in every little lie she does. Every lie. There's a dollop of truth. I think that this is a big reason she took her out. She wanted that baby. Oh, she wanted a baby. She wanted to be married. She wanted a house because she says we need a house. We need a car. You don't make much money on your check, and what I have is allowance. You got a pretty big allowance there, Gypsy. But she was so mistreated, guys. These videos aren't new. I want to say this too. These videos aren't new. We've seen the transcripts. Ken is like, oh, I can't wait till they come out and they'll all be in black and white, right? And this is going to prove what he said, basically forced her to make these videos. Well, we already seen that, Gypsy, in black and white. Nowhere does Nicholas ask you to do that. Nicholas never dresses up. Nicholas never really even goes into character. It's a very confusing. If it's confusing for us, imagine how he must be confused. Because in the end, like a month before, he wants Damona gone. Victor and Damona, done. He doesn't want nothing else to do with it. And she makes a video crying to him, telling him goodbye for the last time. Like she's crying because he doesn't want Damona. She manipulated and groomed this boy. He was the one who had the mind of a 13-year-old, not her. And the people who sat here in these comments defending this little girl who was an adult, who did take advantage of a mentally handicapped boy, that y'all refuse to validate his trauma, there's a problem. I want to show you something else. So let's refresh some memories. This is 5:32 p.m. This was back in, I can't remember when this was. This is not recent, you guys. This wasn't yesterday, but this is what she says. Girl, be for real. You offered your child to Nicholas, remember? Get off social media. It's vile that society has allowed any of this. This is not true. Nick wanted that. I'm sorry. This is not true. Nick wanted that. I dumped him after he said that and said absolutely not. This is fact. Whatever she or anybody else says, it's in black and white in case files. And that is where people tend to get effed up facts. You may not like me, but I'm not that kind of person. Okay, Gypsy, well, we just saw a video. That was you. You didn't break up with him. And every time that you broke up, every time that you guys broke up, it's because he broke up with you. Just saying. And there is one time where she says something to him. She kind of manipulates him. They had this argument, and I can't find that video either because there is so many. She asked for forgiveness, and I think that's it. But 3 hours in, her and Damona couldn't do it. She cried all day. I think that's where she said she was gonna. I can't find that video now. I don't know why I can't find that. But maybe it was removed. I don't know. I cannot find it. I've been looking for an hour. There's a little fly in here. A gnat, actually, not fly, gnat. But yeah, I've been looking, can't get it, but I know you guys have seen it. And she lasted 3 hours because you know what? He didn't come rushing and bombarding her with text messages and please come back to me. He didn't do that. He was tired of her freakouts. And she says it. She freaks out. What did I show you about the personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder with kids and, of course, adults? This is her. Psychopath. Allegedly. For entertainment and educational purposes only. This is her. But I'm not done. Hold on. Here you go. She's in the comments again. Shocker. Let me read it to you. Oh, why won't it bring it up big? Okay. Can't bring it up big. So to understand this, people need to understand trauma bond. So after I ran away from home with Dan and my mom brought me back home, and keep in mind, I walked to the car with her in front of these people. She chained me to the bed. After 2 weeks, I told her I would get back in the wheelchair because I wanted her to love me again. So I told her what she wanted to hear, which was, I can't walk. But we both knew I could, but she was not wanting me to, so I said what she wanted to hear. And we lived in denial after that. That was in 2011 that I told my mom this, and that is what I'm explaining to Nick. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you are not. You just got caught on video saying he deserves somebody better because you would never have your first dance. And this is, in the beginning, you hadn't. No, you're not. And this is after you tell him you can walk and you don't mention anything except what we've all known and heard you say. This is the 5th time it came out of your regurgitated mouth. You lied to your mom about being able to walk. She didn't force you in the wheelchair. You lied. Because you like that attention, Gypsy. You like the gifts. You like the attention. And you got to be that local celebrity. I mean, it's Louisiana. Think, Waterboy. He was a celebrity. Okay. This is your story that you've had time now to back up, right? Okay. Hold on. What really happened when you walked to that car in front of all your friends where Dan had a spinal injury and you guys couldn't do anything, that wasn't your choice either. You like to say, it was my choice not to let this other guy take my V. No. And I absolutely do not believe it never happened after, because Dan testifies he was addicted to that. It's not just online. You'll never convince me of that. That's just my opinion for educational and entertainment purposes only. But what really happened, Gypsy, when you came back was you were not tied up to a bed. You were not starved for 2 weeks. No, you weren't. The first story, she was tied up to the bed with chains for 2 weeks. And then she was tied to a bed with a dog leash. This story has changed a dozen times. Back from the chains to the dog leash, back. Well, guess what? They never found any chains. They never found a dog leash. Not even a leash you could put on a cat. They never found that. They never found handcuffs. The only handcuffs they found were the ones still in the package that you purchased, which is online. I showed your online history that you purchased, that you got. Well, I don't know if you might have stolen them, for all I know. I just know you were searching them online. This is stuff you were going to use on Dee Dee. It is not what you had happened Dee Dee did to you. You know what you did do? Sorry, phone call. You know what you did do? You shot your mama with a pellet gun. Do you see the difference in the pellets? Dee Dee's autopsy report shows she was shot with metal pellets that Gypsy said, oh, it just grazed her skin. You unloaded a clip on her, Gypsy. You unloaded the whole pellet gun on her. She had to go to the ER. Again, I am not saying that Dee Dee was perfect. It isn't just as simple as Dee Dee's perfect and awesome and was the best person in the world, which I do think Dee Dee was a good person. I think she has some internal issues with money. I think she grew up poor. I think she had severe trauma from Hurricane Katrina, living in Ronald McDonald's house for 8 months, not having a home. I do believe she had some mental trauma issues going on with that. I absolutely do. And then there's just greedy people who just want more money. I don't know. Also, if you remember, the police said that they seen deposits going into her bank account only from Rob, not Social Security. They were being investigated then. Gypsy knew that. Gypsy knew that. Gypsy knew that they were under investigation. Social Security could honestly make them repay every dime that they scammed from that community. Every dime. I think they spoke about that too. And I think that's why Gypsy knew Dee Dee wasn't going to help her. That wasn't going to happen. She wasn't going to let them live there. She wasn't going to take care of both of them. You are part to blame though, Gypsy. You lied to your mom because I genuinely think Dee Dee thought Gypsy was sick. I genuinely think Dee Dee thought Gypsy wasn't going to live long. I even think doctors told Dee Dee that. I have had doctors tell me that I wouldn't have a long life and I would be in a wheelchair by the time I was 35. I'll be 50 in 2 months. Do you understand what can happen? Did I freak out? Yes, that's terrifying. I do believe that Dee Dee was told these things because they didn't know what was wrong with Gypsy. Science hadn't figured it out until 2008. And then in 2011, they finally diagnosed her with that. Stop the narrative that Gypsy was this little girl. She wasn't. She was an adult at this time. She shot her mother with a pellet gun. It wasn't little plastic BBs. It was a pellet. Metal. Let's read what it says. Okay. Hold on. I gotta get to the other one. Hold on. Let me get to, okay. They were invented for recreational, right? But when you get shot with one, let me find, there's another one, hold on. Here we go. A pellet is a non-spherical projectile designed to be fired from an air gun, and an air gun that fires such pellets is commonly known as a pellet gun. It is a rifled bore barrel. Some air guns with a rifled barrel will shoot BBs, but it's best not to do it. The steel BBs will harm the rifling. Do you see this? Pellet. It was a pellet. I want to know, Gypsy, if your mother did that to you, would it just be, oh, she just grazed me, I'm cool? Your mother lied for you and said a guy in Walmart parking lot robbed you guys. You'd already robbed her a couple times. Let's not forget all of the police reports months leading up to her unaliving, Red Rum, where she reported her money and medication stolen. It wasn't going to Nick. It was going to Dan. She sent to Nick in June, hold on. Sorry, I had to make sure I said the right date. It was June 10th. I wanted to say July. I do that a lot, but June and July I do get them reversed. It's me and my brain. So up until then, she reported it, right? Okay. Gypsy, would that be okay with you? Because I don't know. Gee, I don't think you'd be okay with that. And you know what other restraints we found? How many photos did I show in videos from the crime scene evidence where you tied sheets and blankets together that you cut? And restraints were made that were found underneath and laying to the side and drenched in BLOOD that was under your mother's stomach and to her side. So you're going to tell me that she did that to you when you can literally watch all these videos and this is stuff that they spoke about, role playing, fantasy playing, and stuff they did to Dee Dee. She did to Dee Dee. I do think that he her 4 times like he said, That girl right there helped or started in the kitchen before. That's just my opinion. I do think she was involved. You'll never convince me. I don't know if we'll ever figure out, the truth of that or what will happen. She'll never tell us. Dee Dee can't speak. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I do not stand with her using my body, my choice. Where is Dee Dee's body? You didn't give her a choice to do anything. You took her life. Do you know my grandson came home the other day and said, my friends and their moms told them Gypsy was forced to take medicine she didn't need or her mom made her sick and that she deserved to get what she got. He's in 5th grade. And parents are telling I promise you, on my mama's life, he said this to me. Parents are telling their kids that she did what she needed to do. That woman got what she deserved. Look what just happened to Rob Reiner. Go online and Google the deaths of parents, it's parasite, and tell me there is not a crazy uprise in this happening, in this act happening. Because it is. And that's who she's influencing. Oh, I could do what she did and just say this. And I could get, just 5 years in prison. Isn't that crazy? That's why I do this. Dee Dee doesn't have a voice to speak. She is a victim. Whether she scammed people or not, make her pay the money back is what I would say her punishment should have been. Not taking her out, Gypsy, but you were doing it too. You were the con too, Gypsy. And if you want my honest opinion, when she did get older, because she wasn't a little girl here, you guys. For 6 years, this little girl could make her own cons up. She signed for her own medical records. She made her own medical decisions too. She faked being mentally handicapped just to go see her favorite cast of The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Sorry, somebody's blowing my phone up. But, yeah, this is important to me, and I will never not defend this. I will not. And just listen to this really fast. Just really fast.
I didn't want to make her sad or lose any love from her. I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept it to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home, literally ran away from home, stumbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could.
Sorry, I had a phone call. But hold on 1 second. Okay, here you go, the end of it. This is what she says, you guys.
Like the part that I had a seizure was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed. But what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept it to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as she does if I couldn't walk. I didn't want to make her sad or lose any love from her. I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept it to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home, literally ran away from home, stubbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could. And I just got enough strength to be able to leave home. Unfortunately, it was to the wrong person. And so Mom's kind of in.
Yeah, the wrong person that you asked to meet you at a cupcake shop and asked your boyfriend, fiance, love of your life, Nick, if you could duck him. You know, get together with them in bed, you know, just for funsies. So, you'll never convince me that when she was married with Ryan, this wasn't the same thing she did. She used you, Ryan. She did not love you. Why do you think she needed an open marriage just on her part? Not you, just for her. Come on, genius. Let's just hear it. Ken, you two, where you at? Where you at? Where y'all at? I mean, Bree, she's over there. She's in a whole different world right now. They're even telling her, get off live. Let us regroup. Get our info together so we can have better, you know, we can speak about this and come back better with better knowledge and, yeah, more lives. Why are you going so hard for her, Bree? Why does it matter? Why are you fighting her battle? She is making money off her victims still. She is going to talk to other victims, make money off of them, just like she's doing her mom. That's what the whole podcast is about. Her making money off of other victims. That's it. It's really hard to see, but this is on Gypsy's eBay account. This is from the Foyas. MPG Cornerstone posted this. But what it says is that Rod reached out a day after. It wasn't a day after Dee's death. It's just when they found. It was a day after they arrested Gypsy. Here's what I'll say. He said he'll come. I'm going to read it to you. It's really hard to read, though. Okay. It says, it's yahoo.com. Started the account, was registered to Miss Snow Blanchard with the date of birth, May 3rd, 1975. The account was activated on the IP address, blank, the primary address, blah, 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 blah. The reason for this, it was made, messages were provided for this account, email records for this account were provided from January 1st, 2013 to June 16th, 2015. And it was for stuff they sold online. The items being listed or sold on eBay included diabetic test strips, Kimberly Clark Mickey extension set feeding tube. Also located in the emails were records from PayPal.com showing payments being made from individuals for the diabetic test strip and feeding tube. One email was located showing a message sent from Rod Blanchard on June 16th, 2015, saying, "Call me, boo, when you can. Daddy will come for you." I think she spoke to Rod from Nick's place. She did not want to leave with Nick. She did not want to be with Nick. That was never going to happen. She knew that the cops were going to come get Nicholas. She just thought she was getting out of it. She did really, though. I mean, honestly, she kind of did. But I think that's crazy work right there. Either he knew more and overlooked it. Okay, sure, baby. We'll just take her insurance money. And they were already getting hounded by press, etc., etc. They knew. They all knew. Look what the Petrie's lied about. My goodness. And trying to make money off of it. Bobby more so. Seriously. And we have all these, I stand with Gypsy Rose. My body, my business, my body, my choice. Well, I stand with Dee Dee. Where was her body and her choice not to have her head decapitated? I would love to know. And again, this is the comments that you're seeing in support of her. To be fair, the video is actually disturbing. Duh. offering up her child. And I get why people feel that way, but she was a child being held captive and traumatized. We should give her grace and pray she never acts on the beliefs of her 14-year-old self. She already has. She's doing it now. And she wasn't a child. She was an adult. She was not 14. Where are you? I don't get it. I don't get it, you guys. And then we're left with this. You know, the mother who forced her to cut her hair and shave it and look like a boy. Ken is probably just in love with this haircut, you guys. The red is a filter. She showed the filter and did a winky face. She didn't dye her hair red because why? Well, her whole story is she cut her hair just so she could get healthier hair to, you know, and she'd wear wigs so it's healthier. But she cut it again and left a big poof in the front looking like James Charles. It's a boy cut. Nobody's forcing her. She said her mom forced her to dress like a boy. When? Where? You have more dresses than I ever had in my life. Look at the videos, and we're just getting to the tip of it. Again, she belongs where Nick is. You'll never convince me otherwise. Look at this. Evil AF. This is her new merch, probably. Just kidding. No Market 7691. Put it on Reddit. There you go. Gypsy posted it. The filter winky face. Thank you, because I do not want to go there. Snapchat filter. There it is. It's not the haircut. It's just the color. That's it. Not the same person, guys. She's changed. Thank you, Jumpy Confident 489. Tell me I'm not wrong. I love these snarkers tape. I swear these are my people with her. She's also having a Halsey moment here. That's why she did it, she said. And, you know, the girls in his DMs and, you know, she don't deserve us. You know the song. It's Halsey, Die For Me. There's always a reason for these. Always. She just felt like having a Halsey moment. Halsey is, don't. She is the most beautiful girl. Do not. Don't go there. Don't disrespect her that way. My gosh. She is so beautiful and you're ruining it for everybody. Gypsy. Oh, yes, and the baby that they're all flipping out about, that they keep going back to, that should never be brought into it. Even the woman, Celine Beth, the person who got their credentials and certified trauma therapy person, did an 11-hour course online and is now a professional. Well, I've just watched 9 hours of Into the Weeds, Gypsy Rose videos, and now I'm official. You're full of shit, professional, and you're a liar, professional. So as I see fit, yeah, she posts this, throws it in your face even more and more. So dumb. And Amber J apologizing for releasing those photos. Who cares?
Where was Dee Dee during that time?
So a lot of times for certain pornographic photos or videos, if my mom went to Walmart, it was done while she was out of the house or while she was asleep. So I could get out out of bed for a few minutes without her noticing,
right?
Depending on how much she was under influence of Ambien. So
did you have to?
Well, Gypsy, she tied you to the bed. As somebody who was tied to a bed, who was locked in a basement and in a house, you disturb me. And starved.
To go to bed when she went to bed?
Yeah,
we typically went to bed together. Everything we did together, shower time, bath time, sleep time, like everything was together.
Wow. I don't think that is known though. Like in the book I didn't realize that it was at the same time, but that makes sense because she has to make sure that you're.
Of course not, because her story changes, Kale. And I'm so shocked that you did this, and I'm disappointed that you literally fell for it. You did zero research. Zero.
Fucking weirdo. Like, I mean, of course you have to deny your allegations. I mean, like, what choice do you have? But the reality is, what was said definitely happened. And you accepted what happened with a 5-year-old child in the room with you. And if I'm lying, then, sue me. We'll subpoena the phone calls where you defended yourself, talking about how.
Same, Ken, with Gypsy. I mean, you would have to defend her. That's the only thing you can do, right? You awfully quiet now for somebody who is so excited for these to come out. And even if it did come out, it doesn't change the fact that your girlfriend, future fiance, wife, mother of your baby, took a life, her mother's. But I've seen that look. I've seen that smirk. I've seen that smile. You loved it. It was actually cringy, creepy, and the hair stood up on my arm seeing you guys look at each other and laugh about it. You are a horrible person too. You both deserve each other. I feel sorry for that child. She has no chance. And that's the reality of it. Allegedly, for entertainment, educational purposes only.
Psychopath? Because I do come up with very, very bad ideas.
We know you do. Just poor Nick. Oh my gosh, you guys. Poor Nick. And we're leaving it with this, guys, because this, is because she's saying goodbye to Victor. Not Gypsy. Nobody's really breaking up here. Even in the fantasies and the role play. Nick's done with her. He wants Demona gone. He wants Victor gone. He just wants Nick and Gypsy. That's what he wants here. And this is in May of 2015, I think it said. Just saying.
I'm making this video because you are no longer my master and you have given me away. So this is a very somber goodbye video. Goodbye doesn't mean really goodbye forever, but goodbye is in goodbye to you having been my master. You have taught me things these past, I'd say 2, because maybe I'm just not meant to be one, but without you guiding me, I would have probably made the wrong choice. So thank you for steering me in the right direction every single time and pushing me to do my best, because without you, I would think, oh, well, I can't do it. I just can't. But you pushed me and you told me to do it, and I did, no matter how hard it was. And you showed me that I could be more than just this. I can't, and I will never forget you. And I will say goodnight one last time. I don't know if I'm ready. Good night, the most handsome, brave, most kindest master picture ever. And no, you're not my master anymore. Whoever your next slave is, she's very lucky. So I'm gonna sing my goodnight, which I already did that, but hey, why not twice, right? So I love and adore you, my wonderful former master. Good night, Sir Victor.
The chick is diabolical. 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 Anywho, again, I stand with Dee Dee. I stand with Dee Dee. And I suggest that if you like my crazy, I know it's all over the place kind of content. I know. I'm an up and down kind of person. That's what happens when people are dealing with trauma, depression, PTSD. They're up and down. And I just can't control that. I try. PTSD changes your brain and mood, emotions, etc. But if you like this crazy kind of content, let me know. And leave your comments below. Subscribe. Hype. Like my video. You guys don't understand how much that helps. I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. I know right now, Into the Weeds and Becca, there are goats. There's not much hypes left. So I appreciate the hypes that I'm getting. I've gotten a few the last video or so. Even trying to get the views are a little rough right now. But I still don't care because it's still a lot. And I know someone left me a comment. It made my day. So I don't know your daughter's name, but I know that she comes over. She put your TV on and put me on your TV. And now she says that she gets a message every time my video is on. Mandy's on. It's your granddaughter. I don't know your name, but I wanted to say hi to you. She said that you love my content and I'm your favorite right now. Well, probably one of them, definitely not favorite. I might have read that wrong. One of the favorites, maybe. But you get excited when I post. So I wish I knew your name. If she replies to me and gives me your name, I will definitely say hi and shout you out in my next video because I don't know. That just made my whole month hearing that. I love it. Oh, thank you guys. That, I don't know. That makes me happy. So, yeah. This is all I can do for now. There's just so much right now, and I refuse to do the breeding lives. I will put some crash out videos on there tomorrow, hopefully. You guys, Christmas break starts for us on the 19th until January 5th. I can't wait. Like, I'm so tired all the time. I'm so wore out. So I'll finally get to spend like time with my mom. We got to go to the beach this Saturday. It's the only thing I feel bad because she's just sitting here all the time. I know, I feel bad. But after the 19th, I'll have more time here. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you so much for your likes. I love you guys. I really do. And now that I got my computer running right, you guys, I'm not even going to lie. Last thing, I promise. I had like a breakdown at 2 a.m. because it just wouldn't post. I'm like snot running out, ball. I'm like, I can't even post my video. How am I gonna do this? Like, this is a new computer. I was deleting apps. Like, I like that app, but I'll delete it. And I was losing space still. Well, I delete every video. No, I do disk cleanup, disk defrag, storage sense. Like, I do everything to make sure I keep my computer clean, right? I had 1% left on my C drive. I'm like, how? This doesn't make sense. Oh, it took a day, but I figured it out. There is hidden files, and I had over 200 CapCut videos. I was like, wow. And it freed me all the way down to 500. I think I have 500. I'll put it this way. I'm not even using a quarter of space now. So I'm very happy. All right, you guys. another crazy moment, but I know you are. Sorry, this was a little longer. Again, thank you guys. Love you. Love hearing from you. Love talking to you. Love hearing your opinions. Definitely, we all have different opinions, and that's okay. Remember, that's okay, you guys. We all don't have to be. It's not going to be. We're all going to have our own thoughts, and that's important too. I agree with Into the Weeds about that. We're not going to agree, right? We're just not. Okay. I'm getting off here. I got to go eat. I'm hungry, and I will see you in my next video. My squeaky chair. I got a WD-40 it. Squeaky chair. It won't do it when I say squeaky chair. All right. Love you guys. Bye.